Well, everyone, thanks for joining us for the post-fight press conference. I am still mesmerised by what I saw in there tonight. Just one of the greatest performances from, in my opinion, well, now, without question, a pound-for-pound great fighter. Now the WBA, IBF and Ring Magazine welterweight world champion. And to do that against a great champion like Stanionis was exactly the kind of performance we knew would come. But to do it on that platform in that moment shows how special Jaron Ennis is. So congratulations, Jaron. And we're open to the floor for questions. Yes.
Kevin Garcia with Fight Night. Boots, I mean, my first question for you is, coming off your last fight, there was talk, there was chatter, does Boots have opportunities? You obviously silenced all those doubters today. How do you feel, thinking about that talk and what you just did today?
That's what y'all was waiting for. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I mean, y'all seen it. Y'all seen it firsthand.
Congratulations on amazing work.
Thank you.
Said the last two fights, you put your heart out there, did everything you can. This fight, we seen you, a whole different man. A lot of body shots. You spoke the last fight, there was not too many body shots. A lot of hooks, uppercuts. You took them out in a beautiful way. What's next for you? What you want?
Right now, like I said, I'm gonna enjoy my win. Enjoy my win, chill with the fam. Enjoy this IBF, the WBA, and Ring Magazine, and sit back and talk to the team. We'll see.
You showed off a lot of talent with your defense tonight, but it also seemed like you had a lot of fun tonight. That was something that you really wanted to do. Show off the fun side along with the defense and along with offense.
For sure, that's like I said before. I don't want to sound repetitive, but when I fight top of the line guys, good guys, that's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a whole different me. I'm when I'm in that ring, I'm in my happy place. So, when I got a top guy and I'm fighting for something, it's a whole different story. And can't nobody mess with me.
Bruce, how's it feel to win the title here in Atlantic City, especially the crowd support you got here from the Philadelphia fans?
I feel great. Iconic place. It's a blessing to be able to fight here at Boardwalk Hall.
And Eddie, one thing he was staring at you when he was going back for the corner, when you both went back to the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Based on that, were you surprised when the fight was stopped at that point, or did you think you had enough?
No, I was just reveling my edge. I was just picking it up, and I knew he was going to go. The way from the second round, from certain things he was doing, I'm like, I've been really wanted to pick it up, but my dad, and my team, he not yet. Just take your time, chill, have fun, and stick to the game plan, let it come.
Boots, can you talk to us about the trajectory over the last few fights? You've gone from Roman Villa at the smaller room here, 2 back-to-back fights in Philly. The last fight was against a guy you'd already fought before. The previous one before that was a replacement opponent. You've now unified the titles here in Atlantic City. Talk to us about that experience and the experience over the course of the last 3 fights.
Great experience. I made history at fighting in Philadelphia at the Wells Fargo Center. I think it was 14,000, 15,000. The first to do that. Came back, did it again. I think I did 10 or 11 or something like that. And then now we fighting here at this iconic arena at the Boardwalk. It's everything falling in line. It's perfect timing.
And what would you like to do next?
Like I said, I'm gonna sit back and talk to the team. I'm gonna enjoy this win, enjoy this victory, and we'll see.
Eddie Hearn,
Yes.
what would you like when you're champ next?
I think Jaron's already showed us as a team that he's about legacy and he's about fighting and beating the champions. I think the greatest achievement for any fighter is to become undisputed. And, I don't know the ins and outs of how Boots felt at the weight, but certainly at the weigh-in, he looked extremely comfortable. And, that was always part of the chat was after the Chidazian fight, is it time to move up? And, I would have felt really like we hadn't done our job if he moved up without unifying the division. And I think enough people don't really talk about the fact that people say, he's never beaten a champion before. He was the interim IBF world champion, and Errol Spence vacated the belt rather than fight Jaron Ennis. So that's why they elevated him to IBF champion. And, I said to him in the change room tonight, damn. He said, why? I said, because after the Chudasian fight, people actually wanted to fight you. Now we're going to go back to no one wanting to fight you. And I hope that the other champions have ambition.
But that was the setup. We set that up like that. You know what I mean? That way we knew we would be able to get some fights. You know what I mean?
Well, it's expensive because his money goes up.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's the reality.
Yeah,
you know?
y'all don't know. I took a pay cut
Yeah.
for this fight too.
Boots
I took
gave
less money for this fight.
Stanionis money to get him in the ring. You know, we hear at the press conference, you know, Stanionis has wanted Boots for years. Well, who's ever heard that?
Right.
We never had a phone call.
This fight happened because of me. I took less money. I gave Stanionis more money to fight me.
And that's not,
That shows who really wanted to fight.
and that's not what we do or what we want to do. But sometimes as a team, you move forward collectively. And that's why these guys are great to work with. They're chasing greatness. But now, after a performance like that, no, we don't take less money, we take more money. So the other guys have got to, they'll get paid, but they have to show some ambition. It's just money, 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 money. What about trying to be number one in the division? Guys like Brian Norman, these guys, with all due respect to Brian Norman, he just boxed for about $150,000 on an undercard of Michaela Meyer against Andy Ryan at the Fontainebleau in Las Vegas. We can, if we go back to the Wells Fargo now, to unify again, he will fill the whole place, 19,000, unquestionably. So there's money in the pot, but you've got to show ambition as well.
Eddie, so given what you just said and the experience of setting up this fight here, who is going to be the tougher fight to make out of Mario Barrios and Brian Norman Jr., in your opinion?
Listen, I heard that Barrios is talking about fighting Manny Pacquiao. I mean, what's all that about? Right? Brian Norman, for me, I spoke to Bob Arum during the week. He made it clear to me they want to try and make that fight. There's probably close to 10 times the biggest payday of Brian Norman's career to fight Boots Ennis. If you don't want to get in the ring, you might as well retire from the sport, because what's it all about? That kind of payday to fight the very best in the sport and prove yourself as a pound-for-pound great. So stop with Twitter, stop with Instagram, grow a set of balls and come and be in one of the biggest fights in the sport. Wells Fargo, back end of the summer or September or wherever it's going to be when he's ready. Let's make it happen.
So they were talking about Atlanta as a potential.
Fuck it,
spot for that
why?
fight.
He's just boxed on an undercard in front of about 1,200 people. This guy, you heard what he said, 15,000, 12,000, 9,000 tonight, whatever it was. Come on. No, and that's what I said to those guys last time. Oh, we're not going to Philadelphia. Where do you think the money comes from? You know? So this is not about being disrespectful. But Brian Norman's a great fighter. But don't we want to make great fights for the sport? You know, and like this guy's, he ain't losing at 47. He ain't losing at 54. He ain't losing at 60. Watch what he does over the next few years. He's going through all the divisions.
Yeah, Boots, you got nutritionist for this fight, Boots.
Yeah.
Something different for you. And a lot of people were talking about your weight. And how was it going to affect you tonight?
Yeah.
First of all, what do you have to say to those people who were saying you weren't going to be able to make the weight? You would have trouble with it. What do you have to say about your power after the stop?
146?
Yo, I don't know. People, y'all social media people crazy. I seen so many people talking about I would look weight drained. He don't like he gonna make weight, this, that, and the third. I was at weight on Tuesday. I didn't work out since Tuesday. I ate the day before the weigh-in. I make 147 easy. You know, y'all don't know what y'all be talking about. Y'all just be talking on the net, and y'all gotta chill.
At this weight that they were complaining about your weight.
You saw it.
You seen it, and I really was like just getting in my bag, getting in my groove for real. Like I said before, none of these fighters can mess with me. I'm the best in the world.
I just want to say as well, I don't know if it's the right time to say about your move down to 140.
Huh?
Remember at the weight? Hold on. Wait till you called out, guys, please. Yep.
Especially considering the quality of the opposition right in there tonight. You feel this was one of your best, if not your best performance?
Probably. I gotta watch it. Even though I was in there, I can't say yet. You know, I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go in the hotel room. Well, I'm gonna go party first, then go watch it, and then we'll see. I'll let y'all know and give my assessment.
Deck.
Eric, can you just talk about the decision Samodia made to pull Stanionis out next
What did you say? I didn't know.
He said,
Pulling out, the trainer pulling out Stanionis.
like stopping it. Was that the right decision?
I think that was the right decision to make. Instead of him taking a punishment like that, he was taking a bad beating, man. You know what I mean? You see his face was all busted up and everything. You know what I mean? I don't know. Was it him that quit, or did the corner stop it? The trainer stopped. Well, they did the right thing. You know what I mean? Because Boots was gonna knock him out.
Yep.
Mike Lopez, WOND Atlantic City. Stanionis is known for his determination, style, strong stance. You took it from him.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that as it went into the fight?
Yeah, you know, I mean, we knew what he was coming to do. He was coming to put pressure, jab, hook. That's about it. Try to throw punches in the inside, and I took all that away from him. You know, I just went in there and had fun, put on the show.
Hey, Eddie, Boots, how are you? Congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Sport Box TV official. So hypothetically, we all thought, in the past, we thought that Brian Orton fight was going to happen. Now, let's say hypothetically it doesn't happen by September. What's next? Is it definitely going to be undisputed, or is there a chance that you might move up? And does this Jaron Ennis beat Terrence Crawford?
All depends.
I beat anybody in the world. I'm the best fighter in the world. I keep saying it. These fighters can't mess with me.
And Eddie, how do you feel about
I think he's right. I think he's right. Look, we've also got, Shakram Gearsoft that's ordered to fight the winner of tonight. We have to deal with that situation. We got Brian Norman. We got Barrios. We'll talk, but I want to see him fight the other champions.
Eddie Hearn,
Yeah.
congratulations on bringing boxing back to the boardwalk home, Atlantic City. I think the last one was what, about a good 10 years ago? What's next? When are you gonna bring another fight here in Atlantic City?
I don't know. Look, it really worked here. I think the venue is iconic, but just also it worked with Jaron Ennis. He's boxed here before. He did a good gate here before in a smaller hall, and luckily he's got a lot of passionate supporters. You heard made the trip down from Philadelphia. That means a lot, and I just feel like it was a really good decision. Got to shout out Everett actually and the team, because we went back to back Philly quite quickly, and sometimes 3 times in what would be a year. So it's a lot to keep going back, and I feel like now when we go back, it's going to be twice as big. And I think it was a really smart move to come to the Boardwalk Hall. And I love the place, love the venue, love it. Visit Atlantic City, the Boardwalk Hall, Gary, Jim, the whole team. They've been sensational. Yeah.
Eddie, you still got the whole experience having this fight here in Atlantic City, and your thoughts about coming back to Philly?
Yeah, I mean, it allows you to talk about the history and the heritage of this place, and when you talk about the people that have fought here, Holmes, Foreman, Tyson, Leonard, Mayweather, Gatti, I put this guy at that level, honestly, and it's difficult at 27 to talk about those names, but I promise you, one day you'll be talking about Jaron Ennis in the same way you talk about all those people that have graced this great venue. So for us as a promotional company, it was amazing, and for Jaron, it's been the perfect stop in this incredible rise of fame that he's had in 12 months. And collectively, we've all done a great job, and tonight he did the perfect job.
And when you come back to Philly?
We'll be back for Philly for his next fight.
Hey, Eddie, how did you get Baxi after?
Oh, you said what?
How did you get Tyrese Baxi?
I mean, me and him actually kind of cool. So I go to series games and things like that. Cool guy. I keep in contact with him. In the summer we're gonna try and help him out to get ready for the next season. So yeah, so I asked him to walk me out.
Couple more guys, yep.
Boots, Kevin Garcia with Fight Hype. So during the press conference, Stanionis was asked about this fight. He said, all gas, no brakes.
That's what we wanted.
Talk about it a little bit, Bose, all Boots, all gas, no brakes, but they ended up stopping the fight. So what do you think about that? And when he came out?
I told y'all he's gonna run right into a rock, big boulder, and that's what he did. All gas no brake. What car you know that? What car you know that guy goes go? And they go over the bridge if you going keep going like that. What I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. You. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I just told him, I said, if you come like that, you gonna get stopped. That's what I told him. If you keep on coming forward, you gonna get stopped. Well, he stopped on his own.
Yep.
I can't all 3 of you guys answer. Maybe starting with both. I know you want Brian Norman, Mario Barrios,
They playing, man. These guys don't really want to fight Boots. Brian Norman don't either.
Do you think Tio will be a more difficult style for your son after
No,
Brian?
none of them. No difficult, nothing difficult for him.
Yep. You have a question? Oh, no, you're there. Yep.
Brian Norman's father on IG said that if Brian hits Boots with the hooks that Boots got hit with tonight, he would go night-night. Any response?
Boots got hit.
Brian Norman's father.
When he said that,
Yo, Brian Norman not good.
they just they're just building themselves up off of Boots,
Not
man.
good, yo.
You know what happened when he came to the gym? You know what I mean? So we didn't
They,
worry about that.
they ain't do nothing but talk.
All they doing is talking.
Social
running their
media,
mouth.
they on a social media tour right now. They talking, they trying to build their name up off of me.
They've
That's
been
it.
doing it. That's what they've been doing.
They not really about it. If any of y'all in here made 100,000 y'all last fight and y'all got offered $2 million to fight me, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? Y'all gonna fight me, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah, that's
yeah.
closed in the story right there. Closed key.
yeah.
Yes, that shows what he really about for real.
But you see when Brian Norman fought the last fight, he got caught on the chin. Look what happened. Imagine if Boots hit him on the chin. He going to sleep.
And we saw Loma head out to London. We saw Triple G head out to London. Your other welterweight has a big fight coming up at middleweight, but says he has title aspirations at 147. I'm talking about Conor Ben. Any chance that we'd ever get to see Boots go out to London?
Yeah, you know, the UK fight fans are crazy. They would all been staying up tonight watching Jaron Ennis. If he came to London now, this is the crazy thing about boxing in America versus boxing in London. If Jaron Ennis, an American world champion, came to London just on holiday, not to fight, he would get mobbed, stopped down the street, in shops. Shakur did it the other week with me. People were going up to him crazy. And that's the thing what we got to change in America. This guy, and people like Shakur, when you're talking about 27 years old, best in the division, unified world champion, or Shakur, 3-division world champion, we got to make these guys superstars. And this guy's now a superstar in Philadelphia and surrounding areas. Now we've got to make him a superstar across the whole of America. And I'd love to see him fight globally as well. Look, there's a fight London, there's a fight in the Middle East. But right now, I think next up, we really want to, I want to shout out the Zone as well, who, have obviously invested in tonight. But even before that, they put the money up for the Judasian fight, and Boots has been spot on, and they will be putting the money up for the next foe as well.
Hey, Eddie, Boots is down Ring Magazine leading at 147. Can we expect him in the future to headline or Ring Magazine card?
Yeah, obviously it's a business, but at the same time, kind of like him headlining his own cards as well, and that's what he's been doing a lot of. I mean, look, one day he's going to receive a huge offer to fight in Riyadh season or on a Ring Magazine card, but we've got the beauty of being able to do what most fighters in America can't do. I mean, tell me a bigger ticket seller in America than Jaron Ennis. Gervonta Davis, huge ticket seller, and Canelo Alvarez. That's it. So this is the guy right here. We don't need to be, waiting for a call. We can plan our own future. I'm sure it will come, but this is the guy. And I messaged Turkey tonight with a picture of this great belt because this is a great belt, and now he's got it.
Hey, Boots, how interested would you be on headlining on the Ring Magazine?
We'll see. Like you just said, and we'll see.
Yeah, last one, guys.
Hey, Johnny Boy boxing at Fight Night. Boots, a lot of people feel that you beat the best fighter at welterweight. Do you feel the same way that he's better than Stanionis is better than Brian?
For sure. For sure.
Be undisputed and you need to walk in before after that?
I definitely think Stanionis is the better one. At this weight division, I beat the top guy. I'm number one. He was number two. And I know it's off topic, but shout out to him. He about to have a baby, I think today or tomorrow. So blessings to him. Hopefully he get back home safely, and bring a child into this world. So that's a blessing.
You send him a gift for the baby?
You out of pocket.
We already gave him the gift. Right, guys, thank you so much for your support this week. Really appreciate it. Well done, John.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching this video, and make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV, and give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.